Hey YouTube, in this video I'm going to show you how to apply materials from imported Revit models. So D5 Render comes with lots of materials already preloaded into the program. It has a lot of free materials. As you can see here, there's plenty of free materials you could apply. Apply this rough concrete material if you wanted to this building. Then let's say we wanted to put glass for the windows. You just simply select the material and select onto the object, much like in Twinmotion. Now, I think one of the advantages with D5 Render is the modifications you can create after applying the material. I think a good material to show this on would be, I have a pre-downloaded corrugated metal material, and D5 Render has this handy option to batch import PBR materials. So this is a material I downloaded from the Quixel library. What you can do, you can increase the normals, the bump map of the model. So if we get nice and close, you can see this is increasing the bump, how much it looks like the model is popping out. And then you can change the metallicness, which will affect how, I guess, glossy, shiny it is, how reflective. And the roughness. Another handy thing is if you ever get a material where it's not being applied correctly, you can use this triplanar option, which will make all of the different materials face the same way, and it will essentially create its own UV map. What's also handy is you can change the kind of material that this texture will be. So if I wanted this to be a transparent, almost polycarbonate material, put the transparent mode on, and then change the opacity. The higher it is, the less opaque it is. So let's say we put this down 0.4. And if we increase the roughness, this should help create a bit of a rougher surface. Just make this a white base color. Increase the roughness a bit more. Specular, and then you've got this laser light polycarbonate material. It's probably slightly too opaque. Probably something more around here. Even make this into a water wall if you wanted to. Another handy thing, sometimes in Revit, I'll just imply an object that has, where are we? Apply an object that has a a door. Here we go. I might get an object with a door, which it has these red boxes, and if you sync it into your D5 render, oops, you'll see that it renders it as a red material. An easy way to get rid of these is to create a custom alpha material, and then your opacity map. You just have to apply a all black texture, and that will essentially create an invisible object. One of the handy things about using Rhino and Revit into D5 Render, is that you can make your walls, your interior walls, different to your exterior walls without having to create two walls like in a program like Rhino. So for example, these walls here, let's make these into a wall that has a structure on the inside and the outside. We'll just make sure it has a different material. So we'll change the exterior material to something like this oak material. D5 Render won't know exactly what this material is. But it will classify as an alternative material. So what you could do, so we want to make this an oak wall, some sort. Grab your oak texture. Put it on the outside. And then on the interior here, let's say we want to put a plaster material. Apply that. And then you've got yourself a interior and an exterior material. Something to remember when you're creating other objects is that these will take on the material types that you had defined for the objects. You put the materials on earlier in Revit. So let's say that this roof material was made of oak flooring as well. When you sync your model in D5 Render, it's also going to get that same material applied straight to it. There you go, that's how you can apply materials in D5